Saṃyukta Āgama, Nutriments. 371. The Nutriments. Thus have I heard. At one time the Buddha was in Shravasti in the Jada Grove in Anathapindada's park. At that time the Bhagavan said to the bhikshus, "There are 4 nutriments which benefit sentient beings, causing them to abide in the world and receive nourishment. What are these 4? That is to say, the first is coarse, rolled food. The second is the subtle food of sensations. The third is the food of thought. The fourth is the food of consciousness." How are these 4 nutriments conditioned, accumulated, produced, and experienced? That is to say, the nutriments are conditioned by desire, accumulated by desire, produced by desire, and experienced by desire. How are these desires conditioned, accumulated, produced, and experienced? That is to say, desires are conditioned by sensation, accumulated by sensation, produced by sensation, and experienced by sensation. How are these sensations conditioned, accumulated, produced, and experienced? That is to say, sensations are conditioned by contact, accumulated by contact, produced by contact, and experienced by contact. How is this contact conditioned, accumulated, produced, and experienced? That is to say, contact is conditioned by the 6 entrances, accumulated by the 6 entrances, produced by the 6 entrances, and experienced by the 6 entrances. The accumulation of 6 entrances is the accumulation of contact. The accumulation of contact is the accumulation of sensation. The accumulation of sensation is the accumulation of desires. The accumulation of desires is the accumulation of nutriments. The accumulation of nutriment is the cause of future accumulation of worldly birth, old age, sickness, death, sorrow, misery, affliction, and suffering. It is also such as this for the accumulation of the pure mass of suffering. Just so, with the cessation of the 6 entrances comes the cessation of contact. With the cessation of contact comes the cessation of sensation. With the cessation of sensation comes the cessation of desire. With the cessation of desire comes the cessation of nutriment. With the cessation of nutriment causes the cessation of future worldly birth, old age, sickness, death, sorrow, misery, vexation, and suffering. It is also such as this for the cessation of the pure mass of suffering. After the Buddha had spoken this sutra, the bhikshus heard what the Buddha had said and joyfully practiced in accordance. 374. The Nutriments. Thus have I heard. At one time the Buddha was in Shravasti in the Jada Grove in Anathapindada's park. At that time the Bhagavan said to the bhikshus, "There are 4 nutriments which benefit sentient beings, causing them to abide in the world and receive nourishment. What are these 4? The first is rolled food, the second is subtle food, the third is the food of thought, the fourth is the food of consciousness." If a bhikshu has delight and craving for these 4 nutriments, then consciousness abides and increases. Because consciousness abides and increases, there is entry into names and forms. Due to entry into names and forms, various formations increase. Because formations increase, future existence increases. Due to future existence increasing, there is the accumulation of birth, old age, sickness, death, sorrow, misery, vexation, and suffering. It is also such as this for the accumulation of the pure mass of suffering. If there is no craving and no delight for the 4 nutriments, then because there is no craving and no delight, consciousness neither abides nor increases. Because consciousness does not abide and does not increase, there is no entry into names and forms. Because there is not entry into names and forms, volitions do not increase. Because volitions do not increase, future becoming does not arise and does not extend. Because future existence does not arise and extend, and there is not the arising of future worldly birth, old age, sickness, death, sorrow, misery, vexation, and suffering. It is also such as this for the cessation of the pure mass of suffering. After the Buddha had spoken this sutra, the bhikshus heard what the Buddha had said and joyfully practiced in accordance.